cup of coffee to do this video. But if any of you know me, you know I'm not someone who like sugarcoats anything. It's like bold, honest, hard truths with you, with myself, with people around me. I just like don't like to be soft about certain things, and New Year's resolutions are definitely one of them. And that's exactly what I'm going to talk about in today's video. And I've kind of like openly shared a little bit about this so far on Instagram about how I have zero capacity to set any 2022 resolutions right now, or goals or intentions or whatever you want to call them, for several reasons, which I'm going to get into in this video. But before I dive into like that kind of like mindset that I'm currently in, I did want to take a few minutes to review my 2021, because although I felt like maybe the year was like kind of drawn out, when I actually sat down and thought about the year in its entirety, I did some really epic shit this year, and I'm gonna give myself a little high five in this video. Plus, there's some things that maybe you don't know that I've done or I'm currently doing that I thought, maybe my YouTube followers would want to know that. So anyways, welcome to my first official video of 2022. I know I did release a video with Shay doing some taste testing for alcohol-free beverages last week, but we filmed that video in 2021, and I just feel like this energy of 2022 is really going to show in this video. So anyways, if you're new here, my name is Marissa Lachlan. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I love to talk about all things health and wellness. If you're coming back, thank you so much for being here again to watch this video. Thank you so much for following me over the last year. When I was looking back on 2021, one of the most like epic things that I thought was like, holy shit, you're actually doing it, was like grow a YouTube channel. I thought this time last year when I released my first YouTube video, I thought, we'll see. You know, we'll see what type of like energy this gives you in terms of like, is it really depleting? Is it energizing? Is it fulfilling? Are you making money off of it? Are you actually getting followers? Are people actually watching your videos? Yes, yes, and yes. Like yes to everything. Yeah, my YouTube video might be growing very small, but like I get so many people who go, Marissa, I love watching you and Shay, or Marissa, I love watching you and your dogs, or you and your lifestyle routine. Like I watch this. Every single one of you that either like likes, comments, shares, or like just tells me in passing that you've watched one of my YouTube videos, I don't think you realize that literally makes my heart so happy, because what you don't see is like the hours that it can take to create this video. Right down from like the planning as to what I'm gonna say, what products I'm gonna talk about, if I'm gonna even talk about any products, who else is gonna be involved, when it's gonna be released, do I need a schedule? I live in the freaking country, so to upload a YouTube video can take literally days. And sometimes I just don't have any time or inspiration to create. But like when I do, and then somebody just says one thing about it, it solidifies that I'm doing the things I want to do, and it's paying off, like even in just like the smallest things. So first and foremost, that was like one thing on my 2021 goal list that was like, I did it. I launched a YouTube channel. Now, what I will say was in my first video, I was like, I'm gonna hit 1,000 subscribers. That was maybe a little far-fetched. I think if maybe I had the time to create YouTube videos on like a daily basis or like a couple times a week, sure, maybe I may have hit 1,000 followers. There's just so many little like aspects to like creating a following on YouTube that I may not have thought of. So anyways, bottom line, what I want to say is that was probably one of the most epic things that's happened for me in 2021 was this YouTube channel. So if you're here watching this, or you've watched any other video of mine, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so freaking much. It means so much to me. And this is one thing I am going to carry over as like a resolution, if we want to say that, in 2022, is like continuing to make good quality content for you and just being like real. Like I want to have more sit down chats with you, or like take you on trips with me, or show you what my lifestyle is like, because I think those things are cool to watch, but also I get a lot of inspiration in my own lifestyle and routine from those YouTube videos. And that's what my goal is for you. Is like I want to inspire you to create healthy habits and stack habits and have this lifestyle that doesn't feel like a challenge for you. And I want that to be organic and natural. So that's what it has been this whole time. But I just want to continue to have that moving forward in 2022. So that's one thing. The second thing is, let me just pull out my little journal here. What I will say was one of my goals for 2021 was to journal every day. Let's just look at my journal right now. We've got December 31st. We've got January 12th, so I was off to a great start there. January 14th, January 26th, and that's it. And so that was a goal that I did not achieve. And you know what? This just didn't work for me. But what I will say, in those few journal entries that I did put, they were actually all goal focused. I just want to go through what some of those goals were. So first off, 20 minutes of movement every single day. This is something that I really did get a hang of in 2021, was just having like a regular, consistent routine. What I will say, last year was Shay and I were fortunate enough to build a gym in our home, and that was life-changing in so many different areas of my life. So not only obviously was it more accessible for me to work out and stay consistent, but also it was something that Shay and I could do together, which was actually just so amazing in itself. Like, I think working out together with your partner not only encourages you to like stay consistent with it, but it just like, it brings a whole different energy and dynamic to your relationship when you're creating those like healthy habits together and then holding yourselves accountable. So I'm really grateful that Shay and I did have the opportunity to build that gym this year, because it really did help not only our mental health and our physical health, but it also helped our relationship connect on a whole different level. Okay, back to the list. Limit dietary restrictions. This was like very, it's such a random thing, because it's not like I've done a lot of dietary restrictions in the past. This past year, I think I only have really changed my diet like once or twice. I've mentioned before that I usually stay paleo, but I did have a couple weeks where I didn't follow a paleo diet, and I talked about that in a previous YouTube video where it just made me feel completely crappy. But anyways, I would say throughout the year, my diet wasn't anything to like note on, other than the fact that there was some like maybe more sugar or things like that, but I quickly bounced off of that train because I was just not feeling 100%. So that was totally fine. And improved time management. That was pretty big for 2021 actually. I just became much more organized, and that's something I'm definitely going to carry through to 2022, which is to be more organized as well. Planning ahead, using resources, those are all like normal things. Be intentional with my daily rituals. Journaling, obviously that didn't happen. Preparing food, that's like a normal thing. Like, when I look back on some of these, I just think that's not even a goal. That's like what your life is now. So I guess what I can say over the last year is like some of those ritual things have become so routine for me that that's just my life now. Like eating healthy, taking my supplements, like those aren't goals for me anymore, because that is exactly what my routine is. So it's not really work for me to like reach those. That's just what my day-to-day routine is like now. So that's great. Protecting my energy. This was huge over the last year, probably because we still dealt with so many lockdowns and isolations that protecting my energy was not hard at all, because I didn't go anywhere. I stayed home. So that was great. January 12th, I kind of did a check-in. Yeah, this is just like a lot of just feeling frustrated and feeling down. I think this is because this time last year we went back into a lockdown, so I was just feeling very defeated. Who the heck wasn't? The other thing I did here was I actually talked about how if I don't put shit into play, I'm not gonna have anything to lean back on. And this is actually where the starting draft was of your daily ritual, which I'm gonna talk about later in this video. But this is where I started to talk about, you know, if you want to make these things happen, you need to write these things down. So basically that carried through for the month. And then in January 26th, I actually got legit and wrote down exactly what I wanted. So what I wanted was to talk about products and what products I wanted to release in 2022. Now, I've been having an idea of releasing products for years now. I've talked about it to so many different people about how I would love to have like some type of physical product, whether it's 1, 10, 20, I don't know, but I need to start somewhere. So I made a big list about a bunch of different ones that I wanted to start with. I'm not going to tell you them all because I feel like a lot of these will continue to go on with, but the second one on my list was a branded gua sha, and that's exactly what I did in 2021. This was another really epic goal that I did reach in 2021. Was I created another brand, and it's called Your Daily Ritual. So Your Daily Ritual brand are curated products to up-level your daily self-care ritual. So the very first product that I came out with was my own branded gua sha tool. So I want to show you guys what that looks like right now. This is the lovely, beautiful Your Daily Ritual gua sha tool. Comes in this beautiful pink little bag to keep your gua sha safe. And here is the gua sha stone. So it is a rose quartz and has the ritual embossed there in a rose gold. It's really great for helping with lymphatic drainage. It's really helping to move any stagnation in the face, release fascia layers. It's very therapeutic, very healing for the skin, and it's been such a staple in my journey to healing my acne. So with this product, I also released a facial oil, and this is the beautiful bottle that I'm so happy it turned out like this. So it's a nice pink color, and it is actually 100% organic rose hip seed oil. That's all that's in there. It's this beautiful, gorgeous orange color, which is what it should be if your rose hip oil does not look bright and orange like that. It's probably rancid or diluted. So this is your daily ritual. It comes in a little kit together. I will leave my second website for this in the comments below if you want to learn more. I ship anywhere in Canada and potentially soon the US of A. But I'm really proud of this product. I'm really proud of this kit, and I've had so much positive feedback of people using this product. I try to use it at least 4 times a week, and it really, really helps, again, with my acne prone skin. It helps to reduce any puffiness in the face. I find it so therapeutic to help with tension in the face. So if you suffer from like headaches or migraines or any type of like pressure in the sinuses or around the eyes, it can be so helpful for helping with relieving that tension as well too. So love this for me. I'm so grateful for the launch of this that came at closer to the end of 2021. It wasn't actually until November, but it was something that I had been working on since May. There was just so many different ups and downs I had to go through for this, like finding a manufacturer for this, figuring out where I was going to get each product, whether I was going to bottle things at home or send it to another manufacturer for the oils. So anyways, it was a labor of love, but it's something I'm incredibly proud of, and I just think that everybody could benefit from the practice of using a gua sha. It's just like so incredibly therapeutic for the mental health. It forces you to slow down. It can be really calming for the body. And it's just another way to show your skin some love. And you guys know how much I love talking about skincare, skin health, healing acne, and just really helping to slow the process down in your skincare journey. So love this. I'm so grateful for this, and this was a huge accomplishment in 2021 as well. So I don't know if that would have come up if I didn't take the time to write about this on January 26th, but I will say I'm really grateful I put pen to paper on the 26th, because that's kind of what started the idea to come, and then it just kind of grew from there. So a second thing I'm really grateful for in 2021. Another thing that I'm so grateful for in 2021 was my ability to say no. So I've talked about this a lot. I hope it's not annoying, but I decided to give up alcohol on January 2nd of 2021. And I didn't have this in a goals list, because when I started that journey of giving up alcohol, I just thought I was going to do a dry January. That's it. That's all I was hoping for. That's all I was thinking was a dry January. Anyways, after a month of being alcohol free, I was like, I wonder what my life would be like if I was alcohol free for 3 months. So then I was like, okay, let's do 3 months and see what happens for your skin. Let's see what happens for your mood, your sleep. Well, 3 months in, and I was like sleeping like a freaking baby, and my skin was starting to clear up. You guys know last year I had a huge struggle with healing my acne. I'm gonna put a picture here, okay? This was what my skin looked like last winter. I was struggling so bad with different types of breakouts, whether it's cystic, blackheads. My skin was not happy. I talked about this in a couple of videos, and it took me months to get my skin back to glowing. But let me tell you, I did, and my skin is thriving. And there's so many reasons as to why, but I do really think that giving up alcohol was a huge step in that. So anyways, 3 months passed, 4 months passed, the summer came, and I thought, you know what, I've done this for 6 months. Let's just see what the summer could be like living life alcohol free, because that's where I felt like the most temptation would come. We are people who love to go boating and be on the water, and just kind of be outside at campfires and things. So I felt like if I was going to have a drink, that would have been when I had a drink. Anyway, summer went by. I had so many different amazing alcohol-free options that I literally didn't even think twice about having an alcoholic beverage. So then September came around, and I thought, well, why would I give up 9 months now just to have a drink? Like, let's keep going and see where this goes. So I decided to come all the way to January, and here we are. I'm a full year living life without alcohol, and I am so happy with the fact that I made the decision a year ago. I have been able to progress in so many different areas of my business, like literally creating a whole other brand, your daily ritual. I've had so much mental clarity in what I envision my business to look like. I've seen a lot of friendships a lot more clear. I've really strengthened my relationship with Shay, with also my friends and family around me as well, that I didn't realize that alcohol even had a factor in whatsoever. But the biggest relationship that I have been able to strengthen is with myself, my own intuition, my mental capacity. I think that if you had the power and discipline to give up alcohol for an extended period of time, do it. Being alcohol free this past year was another huge accomplishment that I was just super grateful for. So those are the biggest ones I wanted to talk about in 2021 was being able to implement like a more stable routine with exercise, nutrition, supplements. Like that's just like normal things for me. That's what my life has become. That's not a goal, I think, for myself anymore, because I don't envision my life looking any different than it is right now with that as my regular ritual routine. So many people write eat healthy or move more on their New Year's resolution, but every year you put that on there, but you don't make any changes to have that goal obtained. You don't change any of your bad habits. You're not willing to put in the work. So the pattern that repeats itself over and over again isn't because, you don't have enough discipline. It's that your routine doesn't reflect that change you want to make. If you want to eat healthier, you got a meal plan, you got a meal prep. If you want to have a consistent movement schedule, then you have to schedule that time to work out. Like unless you have a plan and action steps to reach that goal, it's not gonna happen. But what I will say for myself is I don't necessarily need to have a plan in place anymore, because it's become my reality, which I'm really grateful. And it's likely because this is what my whole lifestyle is. So anyways, that's my daily ritual. Being alcohol free and growing my YouTube channel were just some really big things that happened for me in 2021. And I'm really grateful that I've been able to share all of those chapters in this past year with you. So thank you so much for following along, for words of encouragement, for supporting me, for buying your daily ritual gua sha kits. It means so much. So now let's talk about 2022, because I've been having this conversation with my closest girlfriends about setting goals, and so many people are in the same mindset as me. So I don't feel like maybe I am making this up in my head. I just feel like so many people are feeling the same way that I am. The other day when I was thinking about this video, I did write some things down I wanted to talk about. Now what I want to talk about is why I'm not setting any 2022 goals, intentions, or resolutions. There's no space. I have zero capacity. I am content with where I'm at. Those are some serious words that I've had to say to myself, because the idea of like not having a vision board or not setting goals was a little bit upsetting to me at first, because I'm very goal driven. But when it came to December 31st and January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, I was just like, I don't feel like right now is the right time. And I kind of sat on that and waited on that for a few days and thought, am I just making excuses for myself? Am I just unmotivated to actually sit down and do these things? And then I sat down and actually thought about it. I said, no, you're not unmotivated. You're not undisciplined. You're not moving forward. It's just that you have zero capacity and zero space to make new resolutions. And I'm finally at a place right now with my schedule, my routine, my work, my other priorities like movement, my relationships, where everything is just fitting perfectly into place in terms of like time, giving energy, giving amounts of my schedule to, that I don't want to change anything right now, because I'm really freaking content and happy with where I'm at. And it took me a long time to get here, so I don't want to screw it up right now. I just want to be in the moment where I'm feeling like, yes, things are finally in play, things are finally in a ritual, things are finally in my routine, where I don't have to feel like it's work for me right now. And I'm very work driven. I say yes to everything. I like to have control of everything, but right now, I just feel like coasting. And when I talked to my girlfriends about this, they said the same thing. They don't want to change anything right now because they are either still working towards some of those goals, or they've met those types of goals, but just feel like everything is feeling good right now. And it's really hard to say that because there's so much other shit going on where it's like, you know, we're back in a lockdown, we're still in a pandemic, there's still so many unknowns, blah, 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 blah. So it's really hard to like set aside the rest of the world and just think, is everything that's going on right now for me enough, or what do I need to change? What do I need to do? So that's why I'm not setting any 2022 resolutions right now, is because I do not have any space to do that. In order for me to create something new, I either have to change my routine, I either have to get rid of something, I have to reprioritize my life, and I don't have the capacity to do that right now. Or the like drive to do that right now. I'm not interested in changing things up. I just want to coast. But with that being said, there are a few things that I just want to emphasize about how I'm gonna stick with what I'm currently doing. That might help you if you're like, well, I kind of have this in place, but how can I make it better? So there's a few things I want to talk about. First and foremost, I want to talk about asking for help. So this is kind of something that definitely something I definitely struggle with, but the last year I've really tried to like practice that, is asking for help. I love to have control over things and I love to accomplish things on my own, but there are some things where I'm just like, sure, I could do it, but I could do so many other things instead with that time that I might as well just ask for help. So one thing I did do this year was I asked for help on my fitness routine. As I mentioned, I'm already in like a great routine of being like consistent, but I did want something new in terms of like a workout. So I actually reached out to a girl I went to high school with. Her name is Patricia MacArthur, and she is a personal trainer out in Calgary. And she does her personal training online. And I've been following her journey for a long time. Like, we went to public school together, we went to high school together. We lived down the street, or not down the street, sorry, around the block from each other growing up. So she was somebody who we went through a lot of different stages in our lives together. And so seeing her journey of weight loss and building her business around creating healthy and sustainable fitness and meal plans for women to lose weight and feel good, it's just been really inspiring. So then I thought, let me reach out to her and see what type of program she'll put together. So I'm so glad I did, because it has just made everything so much easier for myself. So when I go downstairs and I get my workout routine on, I don't even have to think about anything. It's done for me. I just log onto this app. She's created this plan based around my needs and what my goals are. So love that so, so much. That's one thing I ask for help on. So my tip for you is that if you feel like your goals maybe need adjustments, or you need an action plan to help you reach your goals, ask for help. I know it's hard. I know it's very, very hard, but there are people who can help you in a much less time frame than it might take for you to try to figure out or build something on your own. So that I'm really, really grateful for, and that's what I'm going to be working on in 2022, is asking for help. And then obviously in 2022, I want to continue to grow. And I think that's obviously something that everybody should have in the back of their mind, at least moving forward, is constantly trying to grow in different areas, whether it's your relationships or your home life or your business. I mean, most of the time my goals are always business driven, but one thing I want to see in 2022 for myself is a growth in following, a growth in products that I create through Your Daily Ritual. And I just want to see a growth in terms of how I am better using my time, and also how many more people I can impact in my community, on socials, my followings. I want to continue to see that grow for myself. So that's the second thing. First, ask for help. Second thing is grow. And the very last thing I'm going to do is simplicity. And that is like what my key focus and word has been since January 1st, is I just want things to be simple. Like I said, I want these YouTube videos to be simple. I want things on social media to be simple. I want things to be simplified. How I've been trying to reach the simplified thing is having systems in place, having routines in place, having different software in place to make things simple for myself. But I just hate wasting time on things that should be so simple, like planning or prepping and things like that. So simplicity is the other thing I'm doing. Asking for help, open for growth, and then also creating simple systems for myself. So although I said I'm not creating New Year's resolutions, those are just 3 things I want to focus on in 2022, but just not have like I need to do this by this date, or I need to do that by this date. I just want to carry where I'm at in my lifestyle, my habits, my business through for the next few months, and just have those kind of key focuses in place. Okay, so before I close out this video, I just wanted to share, I listened to a podcast last week about setting intentions for 2022, and there was a couple of questions that really stuck out to me that I thought might be helpful for you. When you are setting your goals for, or resolutions or intentions, whatever you call it for 2022, ask yourself these questions before you solidify what it is. 1, do you have the space for new goals? 2, what is the why behind this goal? Why is this a goal for yourself? And is the why good enough for you to work towards it? Do you fully understand what back end work needs to happen in order for you to reach this goal? AKA, let's just put it plain and simple. If your goal is to eat healthier, are you willing to meal plan, to meal prep? Are you willing to stop buying sweets and chips and pops and those things? Because you can put eat healthy on there, but if you don't have the back end figured out as to what's not allowing you to eat healthy, don't put that goal in there if you're not willing to look at the rest of the back end stuff, okay? And is it your goal? This really made me think on the podcast when I was listening. I thought, wow, this is a really good question. Is this goal for you? Is this goal for somebody else, like your partner or a family member? Is this goal for your work? That's huge. That's really, really big. Another great question. So ask yourself those questions as you're setting some goals for 2022, or resolutions, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, start there. But don't feel the pressure of like setting goals if you don't have the space or capacity to do so right now, because that is just where I'm at right now. Anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to share my 2021, my 2022. I wanted to share with you my daily ritual kits, which again, I will link below so you can check out this website. It's a whole different website, completely different from Wealth of Wellness, but it's obviously made by Wealth of Wellness. So yeah, I want you to check it out below. Let me know what you guys think. I also have a different Instagram account on your daily ritual, and if you want to learn more about how to use it, like if you're feeling stuck, there's instructions in it, but if you're feeling stuck on how to use it, I post reels on there to help you understand, like this will help relieve eye tension, this will help with jaw tension, so on and so forth. And I'm going to continue to post different content there in 2022 as well. That's all I've got to say. This is a lengthy video, so thank you guys so much for staying with me this long. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support me in 2022, and I really look forward to creating some more content for you. Again, that's natural, organic, that's just like my life and what's going on. Anyways, if you haven't already, let's bring it back to please subscribe. Maybe this year I'll hit 1,000 followers. Who the heck knows? If I don't, also okay with that. Then make sure you have subscribed to my channel. Turn on your notifications, because then you'll get a notification when a new video is released. And then give this video a thumbs up if you liked this little chit chat, because if you did, in a couple months when I do sit down and maybe do some evaluations of my goals, my routines and rituals, I will film it and share with you where I'm at, if I'm setting new goals, or if I'm at the same place I was before. Anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. If you did set some resolutions, tell me what they are below. Love to know, and I'd also love to help you work towards them. So if I can help in any way, whether it's just being accountable for you, whether it's helping you with nutrition, whatever it is, let me know how I can help you and what your goals are below. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for checking out today's video, and I'll see you in my next one.